Yo, what is up, guys? So just made it to the airport, headed back to LA, going to go check everything, make sure everything is squared away at the Airbnb. Um, like I said before, I'm literally coming back in about a month or so to go ahead and finally purchase. There's a few triplex homes, a few duplex homes, and a few townhomes that I saw that really sparked my interest. Like I said, I came across this dope program that's going to help with the assistance program, because it's all about OPM. And being able to leverage. Everything is leverage. So the city of Baltimore is beautiful. The people are beautiful. The opportunities are beautiful. And so I just wanted to go ahead and put this, add this content to everything. And hold on one second. Somebody looking. Yeah, I'm a YouTuber now, so I got to get used to this. But what I was saying, no. So like I was saying, there's a few areas, a few neighborhoods. I loved PA, even though I only saw a little bit of the capital and a few other little small towns. And actually, the property that I found out there that's a triplex is not in Harrisburg. It's in Hespire. I'm gonna try to say it right, or I don't know, but I got it locked down. So there are two realtors that I've been working with even before I came out here this time. I'm trying to get my hand right. Even before I came out here this time, last time I was out here, which was only about 2 weeks before I just came back, and one of the realtors was on PA. She actually showed me my first property out here in Townsend, but she's from PA, so that's going to work out pretty good to have somebody that's from PA. If I don't decide to find find anything out here in Baltimore or the surrounding cities or counties, so. Yeah, I'm about to walk back down, because I know my flight probably about to board. And I'll check back in when I hit the LA. All right, guys. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Back here in LA, landed last night. Got in, had to clean up a little bit because I got a little bit of OCD. Even though my house cleaner came, I still want to clean to at least my master bedroom, because I know everything else is clean. I know everything is clean, but I wanted to make sure that it's clean for me. While I'm staying here for a few more weeks and then headed back out. But yeah, back in LA, doing what I do, just doing the routine of owning a STR, a Airbnb property, which is making sure everything is good, making sure, plumbing and all that stuff is good. When you own a home, Airbnb, you have to check those things. It's not like when you own a apartment building or something like that, where you don't really have to worry about those type of things. But just wanted to share this actually, because this time around I actually had a few more things damaged than I've ever had before, really. And it's nothing big, but just want to share my experiences. Like I said, this channel and my content is going to be all about giving my experiences, giving my game, and how I deal with things, and sharing the good responses and the bad responses. But the bad ones are always good, because then you know how to approach it later on. But this time around, the guests, they seemed like they were pretty cool. I know it was 6 people here actually, and just on security cameras and seeing them move around and stuff like that, afterwards, I always check to make sure that everything was on the up and up. But afterwards, it didn't seem like anything was going to be crazy, right? So again, it was just a little bit of like let me say, like, lack of care. So 2 of the comforters in the master bedroom and the front guest room were kind of like damaged or soiled. I don't know. Hopefully it wasn't nothing too crazy. Maybe it was just like somebody eating in the bed or something like that. Hopefully, but got them washed up or whatever. But one of the guests actually took something from the house. It was a nice cutting board that I actually made myself out of, I want to say it's mahogany, but I know it's not. It's something a little bit more. So I forgot the wood type, but I'll remember in a second or whatever. But one of the guests, I guess the final days, decided to take it. It looked too good. They couldn't help themselves. They used the barbecue in the backyard. And a little bit of a little smoke spot happened on the back there. And what else? Oh yeah, one of the runners, the kitchen runner, which is basically the rug that goes in the kitchen. You know what a runner is. Hopefully you do. If you don't, just check it out. It was just beat to a pulp. It looked like, because I saw one of the guests, was walking around barefooted in the backyard, so I'm guessing it was him. Because there was one particular guy that liked to walk around barefoot, which is not a problem, but you know, if you're gonna walk in and out the house, you gotta make sure that you know, clean your feet off. So for me, I like to give a general reminder to the guests, you know, beforehand and afterhand when things happen, and just let them know that, you know, I'm not gonna report it yet. Now, if it was something crazy like windows broken and all type of crazy stuff, yeah, I'm gonna report it to Airbnb, I'm gonna report it to police. But stuff like this, I try to give people the option to handle it themselves and not get a bad rep on Airbnb and have to like change profiles and use other people's profiles and all that type of stuff. And so I just hit them up this morning and I let them know, like, you know, here's my cost for the items, and I'll give them like a day or two to respond, which they already did respond, but I'll give them a day or two to respond with how they want to pay, you know, via Cash App or whatever it might be. And I know Airbnb is always going to say that you should go through them for stuff like that, like just every little thing, but sometimes it's just like it's a hassle going through them. I'm not going to say that I've ever had a bad experience, but I've heard people say that, you know, Airbnb they feel like Airbnb doesn't have their back as much as they would think that they would. But I mean, all in all, it's still a good experience, honestly, and it was a good payday. So that being the biggest part of it, that it was a good experience still. It was my longest guest of this summer season. They were here for 2 weeks, 2 weeks, almost two and a quarter weeks or whatever. And like I said, at the end of the day, nothing crazy happened. So I'm actually here in the backyard, about to do a little bit of maintenance to my hedges myself in the back, because it's only one side that grows super crazy fast, which is this side, because I planted it first. So as you guys know, you check out the Airbnb, got my ladder. I'm about to cut down some of this side. I have hedges in the front yard and in the backyard, so full privacy. So when guests come here, it's like they're just in the middle of an oasis. That's why it's called Oasis, right? But yeah, so I'm about to, you know, knock out some of this. I've already did a little bit of shopping for myself today. It's always crazy when you come. See, like I just noticed something else that's broken or bent on this old what is this old grill that I had back here. Like, just, I don't know. Like I said, sometimes people just don't care for your stuff like they care for their stuff, or maybe they don't. Maybe that's how they treat their own stuff. But anywho, it's old. I was gonna get rid of it anyways. But what was I saying? I totally forgot. I know I was talking about my hedges. Oh, so yeah, today I actually I've been eating at this place for a while now, you know, off and on, because they didn't have that many different locations. At first, I only had one in Compton, but it's called Every Table. Oh, and they had one in Baldwin Hills Mall. A long time ago, they first started that one. But it's called Every Table, and it's like affordable meal prep, basically. So I actually saw a buddy of mine post about it, and I was like, damn, kind of reminded me, like, oh, let me go check them out, because I was just about to go onto Instacart and order groceries and have to cook and all this stuff, and I am not that person anymore. Like, I can't even remember the last time I cooked for myself, low-key. So yeah, that's just a little bit of a tidbit to you guys that are out there and living that good old traveling, moving around life, or you just don't like to cook. Honestly, try out Every Table, and they actually do influencer sponsorship now, so you might honestly even get your meals like half off or something crazy. But just wanted to throw that out there. But yeah, the reason why I'm not going to cut the front myself is because it's the full all around, all 360 that needs to be cut. So I just hit up the landscapers, and they're going to come hopefully Friday to come trim up the front side of it, everything. And that's why I hate little dogs. Their barking is just like annoying. That's my neighbor's dog. But yeah, so I got the landscapers coming from the front. I'll do the back, because I'm here, you know. I get a little bit of a workout. But these are some of the things that, you know, if you can do them yourself, or if you still have to do them yourself, you know, to save money, because it doesn't make sense for me to pay somebody to cut the back when it's literally only one side. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get down on that. And I just wanted to share that experience and share that knowledge with you guys. Like I said, when you have a guest and they're not too crazy unruly, because the guys, honestly, the main guy that they had for like their liaison for their group trip, the guy that I was mainly talking to, he was pretty chill. He was very responsive. He responded fast enough for my liking. I'm not like too crazy, as long as you respond back within a day or so. I had a package come at the end of their stay, and he actually put it in the house for me. So I mean, and he asked me to do that. Like I asked him just to put it on the porch, and he went a step above and was like, "You want me to leave it in the house for you?" So just little things like that. So like I said, when you have a guest like that, don't get overly panicked and like, get irate because it's something that you put together, and like, I guess take it personal. You know what I'm saying? Don't take things personal off the bat. Like if it's something where you can see like just little things, like people are on vacation. And when people go on vacation, you got to think about yourself even. Well, I know me personally, I take care of people's stuff better than I take care of mine, or to the same standard, I should say, because that was just the way I was raised. But, everybody's not raised like that. So, to kind of like keep yourself from, I guess, getting a bad taste in your mouth about the STR business, because this could happen with any type of guest. It could happen with a nursing guest. I've even had nursing guests in the past that I didn't like their standards of cleanliness or whatever. So that's just my little tidbit. Send a nice little note to them, a nice little letter. I mean a text message or whatever, or a message on Airbnb or whatever the platform is. And just hit them up and let them know. And don't say like you have to pay in the beginning of it. Just let them know like, hey, look, these are a few issues that I found. We need resolve on these things. What's the best way you want to go about it? I like to give them like I said, give people a common courtesy before you just drop the hammer. Like, hey, you have to pay for my stuff. You broke it, blah, blah, blah. Because sometimes they're going to match your energy and reach you back with, an aggressive, overly drawn out, worded, defensive message. And that just kills the purpose of what you're trying to do, which is get things done in a timely manner. You're trying to get your things replaced or paid for and replaced in a timely manner, not draw out things with somebody being mad at you now because of the way that you came at them. So, anywho, guys, I'm about to pull out my DeWalt hedge trimmer, get down on these hedges real fast, and I'll see you guys in a second. All right, guys, so I'm back. Just got done trimming the hedges. They look a lot better, a lot more presentable. It's crazy how much you cut. Got a few little spots back there, gotta let it grow in. But I believe I did the back wall, and then of course I did this wall last. Just because there are a few things I wanted to be able to on this side not see anymore. So, all right, y'all. So I just got done cutting the hedges. Super tired. Haven't done that in a while. Definitely a workout. As you can see, my shirt is like drenched in sweat. My collar's all drunk, like a little monkey was hanging from it. But I think I did pretty good for, not having cut my hedges in almost probably like 2 years now myself, or about a year and a half myself. Let me show you guys a little bit. So I cut this side, and I'll give you a side angle. That way you can get a better idea of how your boy did. You know what I'm saying? Straight up and down. I got a little bit of a gap like right here. Only because I did this wall first. Back when what was that, about like 5 years ago now. Podocarpus is what the trees are in the back, just in case anybody was wondering. And then ficus are in the front. Me, myself, if I had to give somebody my advice, I would say stick to ficus. No, the roots don't grow crazy and go all through your pipes if you don't allow them to go crazy tall. Like, of course, there will be some roots, like the small, tiny ones that kind of like grow long, and they might eventually get to your piping, but that can happen from anything, honestly. Bushes even happen to do that sometimes. But anywho, yeah, I want to continue on what I was talking about when it comes to the STR business and what you find, and what, a lot of times what I see is that people don't show you or tell you about when trying to sell you courses and things like that, because that's popular, and it's a big market right now. And definitely, I'd never be the person that would like to shit on anybody else for how they do their business or what they do. when they, try to try to market themselves. But honestly, again, I've had the best results because I've even had some younger guests come before, and it's the same thing as this time. They came, the younger guests, and it was a cool group though. They were all anime group, all anime. They're into anime rather, and they came down here for a convention. So again, I'm already expecting a few things to be like tattered or beat up a little bit, whatnot. So nothing crazy. And I honestly forgot what they did. It was something that I only charged them like $150 for, whatever it was. I forgot. It wasn't even that big. But again, I gave them the same message. Like I copy and paste and make all my messages. So from my intro message to checking in, or just honestly not even checking in, from my very first message that the person hits me up, I have a written message, and then I'll customize it, as I go or whatever, to whoever hits me up. So I'll just add different names, change the wording a little bit, but I have that customized, right? So when a person first hits me up and they tell me, oh, hey, we're interested in your property, we'd love to come out, in vacation, boom, message already sent right away, right? Keep my response time up. I don't have to think about what I'm trying to say to the person. I'm not basically repetitive. And then when they reply, blah, 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 I just hit them back with a message replying directly to what they just said. And then, once they book, I have another message that's already copy and pasted in my notes. It's the check-in info. But the check-in info, the first message doesn't have my address, and it doesn't have the codes to all the gates, or the gate and the door. So that gate has a code to it. And then my front door, I'm gonna show you guys. And I'm gonna put another one of these on my garage too, just so eventually my house cleaners I can store more stuff in there and they can get in there. But see if you guys can see, that's the one I went with. So you just put your finger right down there and boom, it comes on. So that's the key. What is it? Key set, I believe that's how you say it. But anywho, as Bluetooth, I can control it, I can add people to it, I can give them their own combination, I can do pretty much anything that I need to do from my phone. So like I said, the first message doesn't have anything on it, right? It just, it doesn't have any that info. It's a full message of showing them or giving them a reiteration of the house rules, letting them know what they can use, what they can't use, just a breakdown, right? Blah, blah, blah. Then once the day that they're coming out, I send them the same message. So it's double. I send them the same message again, but it has my address and it has the codes to it. So again, I doubled down on giving them the house rules. So they already know twice before they even got in the house, they know twice what the house rules are. They know, my level of hosting is, because I'm, very verbal. I'm very communicative with them and things like that. And they start to feel a lot more comfortable too, because it's like they're not just getting one big message, or they're not just getting some these short messages from somebody, and it doesn't make them feel like they'll have a warm welcome. So, and I do that with all my guests. So the last 2 guests that I've had, same thing, right? And then once they actually get into the house, I have another message. Once they actually get into sometimes I send it the night when they're actually the first night they're in here. And then sometimes I actually send it the next morning, just letting them know, hey, hopefully you got in well, you got situated, you feel comfortable, blah, blah, blah. Again, enjoy yourself, welcome to LA, and have a good time, right? So it's like an intro to the space, an intro to Los Angeles. If they haven't been here before, even if they have been here before, welcome back, blah, blah, blah. And then I let them enjoy the space, honestly. So that's just a little bit of game to give you guys when it comes to just the hospitality side of it, right? And this is things that people charge for. And honestly, at the end of the day, a lot of this stuff I learned just by, watching other people, looking at other people's profiles. And what I found is a lot of people give a lot of fluff. They give a lot of pound cake in the middle of their lessons. I like to get straight to it. I'm a solution-based person. My brain gets stressed out if I'm reading somebody's book or I'm taking somebody's course and they have a gang of filler information that has nothing to do with it, doesn't help you out, none of that stuff. So I like to get straight to it. So like I said, if you aren't doing that, that's just a little bit of a tidbit, a little bit of a tip. things that can make the communication with your guests a lot easier, especially if things go wrong, because you've been having such a good communication, between them. And you actually have a log. That's also another big thing too, is that you have a log of communication with that person. So if things do go wrong at the end of the day, you can show Airbnb like, look, I was very communicative with this person. I was very hospitable, gave them all my rules, blah, 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 and X, Y, and Z. That way, it's kind of like, what lawyers do when they're building a case. And not to say that you have to build a case, but at the end of the day, you want to protect yourself, you want to protect your property, and you want to protect your business. So this is something that ultimately can help, like I said before, ease the pain of having to go back and forth with a person, because we don't got no time for the arguing. We're trying to run a successful business here. We're trying to grow. We're trying to be positive, and just all that jazz. But like I said, guys, today was just a very chill day. Just getting myself back into the house. Being back in LA for a second. I have a few things that I set up before I even got back. There's a few STR meetups, a few real estate meetups. Definitely going to bring you that content. I'm getting my roof done here because I had a damn spider on me still from the bushes. I have to get my roof done here. The A-frame in the back, I have to get it done over again, so that I can renew the homeowner's insurance on this property. So that's something I'm definitely going to film. Have my guys come out tomorrow morning, Juan and his crew, and you guys will see they're literally some of the funniest dudes I've ever worked with when it comes to contractors. Like I said, you got to know how to work with anybody and everybody. Not everybody has the same or gets the same level of how can I say this? When I'm with Juan and the guys, I know I can joke around a lot more, but give them my serious deadlines and my serious notes in the mix of it. And I know those guys have a tendency to be late on certain things, like showing up on time. Not really deadlines as far as getting the project done, because they usually are on time when they get there. They get down, right? But like yesterday, Duane was like, I'm gonna be there at 8 a.m. and not damn well for sure know he's not gonna be here at 8 a.m. on the dot. So I told him 10. I told him 9. And I always joke around. I laugh when I say it to him to let him know, like, I'm not expecting you at 8, Juan. Even though you say you're going to be, I hope you are. I hope you, one day we'll catch on to it. But, then he said 8:30. And that kind of, like, I learned how to communicate with him. Instead of being mad and being like, oh, he never shows up at 8, or when he said, I don't got time for all that. Because for one, I know that he's a good worker. I know that they give quality work for a reasonable price. Depending on what kind of budget I have going on for which project. Like I said, we did a $200,000+ project last year, and so the product came out very well for the time frame that we had. Also, there's been other projects where we did just a roof, like I'm doing here, and the budget wasn't big at all, but they still knocked it out. Still looked like they did, the project with like one of the biggest of the budgets. So yeah, just little things like that. Like I said, because even if you aren't dealing with contractors, hold on, I'm getting a little shaky hand here. Even if you aren't dealing with contractors, being in an STR business, because I'm also, like I said, I want to grow a full real estate business, not just STR. But even if you aren't dealing with contractors, that lets you know how to deal with, let's say, house cleaners, because it could be a big company that you get these same type of interactions with. It could be maintenance men, because you're always going to need somebody to fix something, especially when you're renting or you're short-term leasing or whatever it may be. So, like I said, the more game I can give out, and like I said also too, reach out to me. I'm definitely open. I'm building my channel up. I'm building my content up. I'm building my business up, building my brand up. And like I said, this was like my calling card. This house and then the house that I did last year were the two biggest projects that I did thus far, that I really had, I guess, a big say in. Because I've did other bigger projects, but the clients had the ultimate say in what they wanted to do, and it wasn't like I had my own vision in it. But this property and then the one I did last year in Ladera Heights, those two I did, I had a lot of input on it, with the clients and with my team. I had a lot of input on it, and it felt good. So, yeah, man, like I said, I'm going to continue to keep on just pushing. What am I at? Like, I don't know how many minutes. Oh, there it is. I'm at 13 something odd minutes. I'm going to go ahead and get myself clean up the backyard real fast. But like I said, keep on. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the few views that I do have. I'm going to continue to ask for the support, all that good stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the, no, I said like, yeah, I already said that. Anyway, that's how you can tell I'm tired and I need some water. My mouth is cotton mouth right now. But anywho, hit me up on Instagram. I have 3 different pages. You don't have to hit them all up or whatever. I'm on Facebook, but if you do go on Instagram, I got 10 House LLC. I got my personal page, which is Brendan Scott, and then I also have Oasis _ Design and Build. And then on Facebook, I believe it's just my name, Brendan Scott again. So yeah, like I said, till next time, guys, and I'm out.